Fill in the blank. Yes, it's correct. The assassin failed in his mission to kill the tyrant and was shot dead by the palace guards. Yes, it's correct. Robinson Crusoe is a story about a castaway who managed to survive on a small island. Yes, it's correct. Albert works 7 days a week and 10 hours a day. He is a real workaholic. Yes, it's correct. The runaway decided to return home after he had spent whatever money he had. Yes, it's correct. The spendthrift soon squandered all his money and had to borrow from his friends and relatives. Yes, it's correct. The neighbors tend to take advantage of Mr. Desker, whom they consider a dimwit. Yes, it's correct. The young army deserted, was court-martialed. Yes, it's correct. Mr. Bean is a gracious host, but his guest is most uncouth. Yes, it's correct. Nobody in the office likes Howard because he is such a shirker. Yes, it's correct. The principal decided to give the dropout a second chance to go back to school. Yes, it's correct. Johnny has a habit of barging in on other people's conversation. Yes, it's correct. You must take good care of these plants, otherwise, they will just wither away. Yes, it's correct. The new government pledged to wipe out poverty in the country in 5 years. Yes, it's correct. The sound of the train tailed off as it gradually disappeared in the distance. Yes, it's correct. We didn't bargain for such heavy rain and we got really wet. Yes, it's correct. Prem was spurred on by his mother's love and sacrifice. Yes, it's correct. Look at Warren tucking away at the food. He must be really hungry. Yes, it's correct. When the salesman became too persistent, he was told off by Mrs. James. Yes, it's correct. It's very unkind of those people to laugh at the poor or the disabled. Yes, it's correct. What does the acronym ASEAN stand for? Yes, it's correct. The crooked police officer was sacked for taking bribes. Yes, it's correct. Please help me. It's a matter of life and death. Yes, it's correct. All his friends are going to the university. Paul has yet to make up his mind. Yes, it's correct. Who is the current chairman of the club? Yes, it's correct. The principal character in the story is called Olivia. Yes, it's correct. This job requires the person to be able to drive a car. Yes, it's correct. Please don't forget to post this important letter. Yes, it's correct. Forests are fast disappearing in some countries. Yes, it's correct. The heart is very important human organ. Yes, it's correct. You have to pay a fine if you are caught littering. Yes, it's correct. Mouse, monitor, computer. Yes, it's correct. Petals, stigma, flower. Yes, it's correct. Letters, parcel, postman. Yes, it's correct. Crown, throne, king. Yes, it's correct. Wings, cockpit, aeroplane. Yes, it's correct. Face, hands, clock. Yes, it's correct. Cup, fur, bear. Yes, it's correct. Pincers, shell, crab. Yes, it's correct. Author, cover, book. Yes, it's correct. Hinges, knob, door. Yes, it's correct. Mr. Bond can speak Chinese, English, French, and Spanish fluently. It took him 20 years to master these languages. Yes, it's correct. Gold, silver, platinum, and nickel are metals, which is the most expensive. Yes, it's correct. Some of the world's biggest cities are Tokyo, Shanghai, London, and New York. Yes, it's correct. AIDS, cancer, diabetes, and tuberculosis are all very serious diseases. Yes, it's correct. Cloves, pepper, ginger, and cumin are some of the spices Mrs. Money likes to use in her cooking. Yes, it's correct. Mrs. Abner bought a bed, a wardrobe, a dressing table, and a sofa. These pieces of furniture cost her lot of money. Yes, it's correct. I love beautiful flowers such as orchids, tulips, roses, and chrysanthemum. Yes, it's correct. Australia, Britain, China, and Denmark are some of the countries Mr. Abhishek has visited. Yes, it's correct. Hydrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and helium are gases. Of these, helium is the lightest. Yes, it's correct. Mars, Earth, Pluto, and Mercury are planets. Of these, only Earth is inhabited.